Let's quickly dive into what we have for today, what I have to share with you guys. Today, I'll be talking about a dream I had it's probably weeks ago, hasn't been too long. God gave me in that dream something unique about the addiction I was battling with precisely. In that dream, I saw myself in a room. I was having sex with multiple women, and while I had sex with each woman, it was based on my desire. Then at some point, it was as though I was having sex with just one woman, and then when I would indulge in the activity, I would find myself feeling guilty, you get? And this was similar to the experience I was having when I would usually watch porn and masturbate. So at the time, in the dream, I saw a man he was like watching me. He was advising me to have more sex, that kind of stuff. But at the end of the day, I realized it was the devil. It was the devil who was actually in my dream. And this time around, it was as though he was trying to hide himself, but he couldn't. So he was in a position where God just revealed who he was and what he was doing in my life. And it was no good. I was feeling guilty. I was feeling bad about myself. I was feeling down in my spirit. And while the dream went on, it got to a point where the woman was now like a robot. It was like she could just appear, or she would just satisfy me whenever I wanted to get satisfied. So when that began to happen, it felt like she was my wife, but she wasn't my wife, because obviously we didn't have any marriage in the dream. But whenever I would want to have sex, whenever I would have the urge, she would just appear, and I would see this man who was advising me to have more sex, which is the devil. He would come and he would be around while I was having sex. And anytime I finished having sex, he would feel fulfilled while I would feel bad. So you see what God was trying to show me. And at some point in the dream, it began to feel like this was my past, because in the past, I've had experiences in dreams as well, where I would have sex in the dream, and in the morning I would have red dreams. By the time I was experiencing this thing a lot, I know I am way past the age of red dreams, although I do not know if scientifically there is an age for red dreams. But for me, I felt like I was past my puberty and all of that, and I've indulged in the activity for quite a long time. I felt like I shouldn't be experiencing red dreams, but I was experiencing it anytime I would have sex in the dream if I tried to abstain from masturbation for a while, and that would lead me to masturbating that morning. So I was bound to it. And back to the dream, at the point where I was about to have sex again, I think because of the way the dream went, it ended there. So it was the last time I had sex with that woman. So like I said, she had become like a robot, and then she would appear to me anytime I needed to have sex, and the devil would be standing right there. So this particular time, it was in the toilet. So he was in the toilet sink, the devil was in the toilet sink just watching, and then immediately the urge came, she appeared, and he was watching and telling me, come on, go on, like indulge, have sex, you understand? So while I was making love to this woman, she was just looking at me like a robot. That was when God told me in that dream that it was my desire to have sex that kept me bound to masturbation and pornography. Because each time I would have the urge, maybe I was in my room or anywhere, I could just easily, jerk off and just do it real quickly and ease myself. I would always have access to my phone, and so it was really easy for me to be bound to it. I don't know if you're getting the big picture of what I'm trying to say here, but let me go a little bit deeper. After the dream, when I woke up, I did not have a wet dream. because it was like at the end of the dream, while I was about to release, at the end of the dream, that was when the Holy Spirit gave me that meaning of what I was actually experiencing, like the completion of the meaning. And then it was like everything I was seeing was not really happening. It was just showing me what the devil had been doing in my life. I'll end this today's session here. I hope you were blessed and stay connected. You're loved.